basically, I just got on here to show what I do to get my inspiration, to channel the inspiration for my candle dressing activations. Because that's really what they are. It's it's herbal crafting activations. Yeah, herbal crafted activations. So I have my moon messages oracle deck here. So I'm gonna pull a card from here. And you can just do this with me. Just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. I've been really trying to work on making like a sigh and a noise when I exhale, because a lot of meditations always say like on the exhale sigh and relax your shoulders or whatever, and I never sigh, but I'm trying to get more into being vocally sighing. So let's see. I'm gonna get a card from the moon messages deck. See what the moon wants us to focus on. Need to know. What is it that I need to know in order to best craft my candles for this full moon in Gemini that occurs on December 15th, 2024? Okay, so I'm going to split the deck or see where it is that they're trying to go. Okay, and the card says ring around the moon, protection. Okay, so automatically that just tells me like I'm definitely going to be focusing on some protection with this candle, with my intentions. Um, Possibly I may use some salt for this ritual, just because salt is good for protection, and I may create a salt ring around the candles because this is ring around the moon. But things like that stand out to me, and those are things that I will do for my ritual. Like I'm definitely going to do some salt circles around my candle. And this is the Green Witches Oracle deck. So what herbal witchy vibes want to communicate with me at this time about my full moon in Gemini candle ritual activation? Okay, and we had a card to fall out onto the floor, which oh, it was two cards that fell out, and this back of the deck energy was really, really, really speaking to me. This says mint, abundance, persistence, proliferation. But the two cards that fell out were butterfly, transformation, joy, beauty, and transcendence. Probably didn't say that right, but there we go. And then lavender, tranquility, kindness, and self-care. So definitely going to use some lavender. I have some lavender, so I'm definitely going to be dressing my candle with either some lavender oil or some dry lavender. We'll probably do dry lavender. Ooh, and possibly some lavender oil too. So there are some crystals on here that are sticking out to me. I'm not sure of exactly what these crystals are, but I definitely see a purple one, a white one, and a blue one. So definitely amethyst and selenite are going to be used. And I left my little journal, but it's okay. Use my full moon journal to write all this down, because whenever I do this, I craft the recipe as I go. So, ooh, that probably shakes the camera. Sorry for the earthquake, because you made my aunt earthquake, and you Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Earthquake by Tyler the Creator. Okay. And last deck, but definitely not the least. Not the least. Guides of the Hidden Realms Oracle. This is my deck. Like, this is the first deck I've ever had to have such a um like a deep resonance and connection with. I feel like I know every like one of these spaces in some dimension or timeline or something like that. Okay, so this word cleansing on this order in the forest card at the back of the deck did stand out to me. So the white candles are going to be perfect for that with the cleansing. And I also mentioned using selenite and salt, which is cleansing and protective. So three cards, three guides wanted to speak to us for this full moon coming up. So let's see what we got. Dang, this is like perfect. Look at that heart. And there was also a heart on this card too. Am I still? Yep, my audio gone. So this card says every word has power. Wow, this is perfect because this is a full moon in Gemini, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which is little chatty Mercury. It has to do with communication and all of that. And I'm also a Gemini rising, so this fits perfect into just the theme overall, and a person it resonates personally too, but it says education, power of persuasion, communication, internal dialogue. And to me, this is really saying like communicating from the heart. Communicating from the heart, because that means that you're definitely 100% meaning what you're saying. You're not just speaking in a frivolous manner or speaking in a way that carries the energy of not really knowing and not really understanding that words have power. All right. So I'll probably do some rose too. Some rose and lavender. Dress it with that because this is just giving me that car feeling. All right, let me pick it up. Let me not be lazy. Okay, so yeah, this is giving me like rose vibes. And 27 on this card is sticking out to me too. Two is the number of balance, and seven is usually indicates internal inner growth, inner focus. So this is like inner balance. This is a way that you balance out, and that we can balance out is through knowing that our words have power and moving in accordance with that. Okay, next guide, number 35. This and that are true. Open mindedness, perspective, nuance, and complexity. So and this little design on his head. See that? Oh, I'm probably too close. I don't know. But that reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune. So I love to see it. This and that are true. So definitely focusing on perception, focusing on an open mind, an open perspective. Definitely that's to me all like Gemini things. So I'm definitely going to be using that is so annoying. That chair creaking, but whatever. Um, I'm definitely going to be using some ingredients that are going to harness the energy of Gemini. So something that will harness that energy. And then the last one is letting go of stories. This is a card that I use this deck so much. So much that some of these cards like I know them. Like I know them, they speak to me like we see each other. This is my first time ever pulling this card. This is my first time. And it's number 34. Letting go of stories. Letting go of stories, surrendering attachments, releasing unconscious patterns. this right here, this the level up. This full moon is about to be a level up, a glow up spiritually and mentally and physically, like some of us have not seen like ever before. Because releasing unconscious patterns, that is something that I have just been trying my best to do since my spiritual journey started, like way back in 2015, 2016. It is one of the hardest things. I won't say hardest things. It is one of the most challenging things that I have encountered because it's unconscious. And I used to identify with it. So I thought that it was me. But first, I had to learn that it wasn't me in order to know, you know, that is an unconscious thought pattern. That is not you. That is not the core of your energy. That is not from the essence of who you are. And now it's like releasing those things. So heavy on the release. Um, so definitely the salt because it's going to be cleansing to help release those things. The Gemini qualities, and I keep saying I really only say when I film videos. Sometimes it gets on my nerves, but then sometimes I'm just like, I don't know why the fuck I'm saying this. Ugh. But okay. So yeah, with releasing unconscious patterns, this is very strong. Like I'm just feeling it. This is like Moldavite strong. This card is giving me like Moldavite energy, Moldavite frequency. Like seriously. And it's crazy because it's not crazy. It just all aligns. It aligns because I have been wearing my Moldavite the past 2 weeks, like on and off. And yesterday it came to me. It was like, if you're gonna wear this Moldavite, wear it. Stop wearing it, and then changes happen, and you get scared, and you like stop wearing it for like a couple of days or something. It's like if you're gonna work with that energy, work with it. Don't be scared of it. And so I've been really embracing the Motivate energy and really like trying to be consistent, not trying to be, but being consistent with it. So yeah, heavy on the cleansing. I might do some hyssop. I think that's how you say it, hyssop. Um, selenite, the salt, and find something else super cleansing. But now what I'm going to do is write everything. I'm gonna I'm going to write everything down in my journal and craft the recipe and then get everything together. So how I craft my recipe is I figure out what, like how I just went through that and I just said salt, lavender. I figure out some of the things and then write the meaning next to it, the spiritual meaning, what its purpose is in here. And I go through what I do have on hand as far as supplies, oils, things of that nature. And I just write it down and it's really like a cooking recipe, except it's a herbal craft recipe. So yeah, that is everything. I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all don't want to see me write. I'll probably take a little short video after I write everything down and show that. It just fell out of here. Oh, a card. I love this. This is from the cannabis oracle that I have. I cannot think of the full name of, but this just fell out of here. It says universal oneness, transcend. And I think that fits into the things that have already come out. So I really love this. This is like an overarching theme. It's like transcending all of that, transcending those stories, transcending the stories that we told ourselves. Because once we release those stories, that's how you reinvent yourself. That's how you truly shift. That's how you truly shift. That's how you truly change dimensions. That's how you truly, like fully embrace your dream timeline is like through letting go of that old story. If you're still holding on to the old story will always exist. It will always play out. But if you truly let go of it and just open up and just understand, like, from a truly open-minded perspective, that anything great is possible and anything great can happen at one moment, at any moment, like, that's the icing on the cake of life. And there's this a wealth activator that um how can I say this? I watch her videos, I support her as far as sharing her videos with friends and things of that nature. Her name is Taylor Eden, and she just uploaded a video, and she was speaking on that, basically, like getting into that energy and sitting in that energy, existing in the energy of, like, your life can change at any moment. Like, my life can change at any moment. Like, at any moment, I could be given anything. And she's also been speaking of, like, working on accepting the little gifts or being open to the little gifts of the universe, and they just build on top of each other. Like, it's kind of like a muscle. Like, you accept this small gift, then you get something bigger that you're able to accept, then it's something larger that you're able to accept. And it just reminds me of today. This morning, I really woke up and I was like, my life can change at any moment. And it is changing at every moment, too. And I really just was focusing on that energy on my drive to work. And when I got to work, I was checking one lady out, and she had brought some tiger's eye bear carved pendants. She brought two of them, and we were just talking, and I saw them, and I was like, oh, I love them, because I wear all my crystal jewelry and stuff to work. People always compliment it. And I was like, I really love these. And she was like, yeah, they were the only ones left. And I grabbed them, and or she said there was only one more left. And I was like, I'm going to have to go grab that when I get off of work. And she was like, well, you could just have one of these. And I was like, oh, no, I couldn't do that. I can't do that. And then she was like, no, it's fine. And I was like, are you sure? And I was like, no, I'm going to accept this. Like, I told myself that in my head. Like, I'm going to accept this. Like, she's offering me something, and why not? Because it is a blessing to give somebody something too. And she was like, this is the season for it, right? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, I insist, just take it. That's probably why I brought two. And I was like, okay, thank you. Like, thanks. And she went on about her business, and I went on checking out people. But that's like something that in the past I would have rejected. Like, the old me probably would have rejected that. Just, I don't know why or whatever. But I know that I would have rejected it. So yeah, it felt nice to be gifted that. And I'm just like, wow, like, gifts can come from any and everywhere. People that you don't know, like a stranger can give you something, and it's just from the goodness of their heart. So yeah, that was just my little spiel from today, a little lesson that I had that was put into practice for me. I'm thankful for it. I'm grateful today. And I will be back with the developed recipe and with the video showing me actually dressing the candle. Peace.